Good afternoon. I want to thank you all for being here today. I'm Frank Walsh. I'm the Township Manager. I've been with the Township since May 8th of 2013. To my right is Chief Dave Hall, the Supervisor of our Board, Ron Styka, and to my far right over here is the rest of our Township Board. They're all 7 of them are here. I want to start, first of all, with the most important reason we're here, and that's to apologize on behalf of the community, our police department, to you, Brianna. We failed you, we let you down, and you don't know how sorry. I know we've had a lot of private conversations, private apologies, but we felt this needed to be done in public because what happened to you was in public. And thank you for being here. I also want to apologize to Ellen, your mother. Your mom has been through a lot. Your brother Matt and your husband, you've all been through a lot. And we're sorry for that. I want to go back to 17 months ago, September 16th of 2016. We were notified by the Michigan State University of a potential case involving Nassar. The story had just broken in the Indianapolis Star. It was a week old. And we were notified that we may have a case involved in 2004. We were immediately told by the Indian County Prosecutor's Office, do not release the report. We were prohibited from releasing the report. And shortly thereafter, we were told the same thing. As the case grew and the number of survivors grew, we were told the same thing by the Michigan Attorney General's office. We were prohibited from releasing the report. We understand why. We were told that we could jeopardize the prosecution of Nassar if we released the report. Certainly we did not want to do that. That's why we've been silent. We've been criticized for being silent for the last 17 months, and trust me, there were times we wanted to go forward and reach out to Brianna. We followed their direction. We were told to do that until after the sentencing. We decided not to wait. We decided to act. And I'm glad we did. It's one of the best decisions we've made. On Friday, January 19th at 4 o'clock, we made a phone call to Brianna. We didn't know what to expect. It was a very emotional conversation that lasted probably 30 to 40 minutes. And during that conversation, the one reason we called was to say, we're coming tomorrow to Seattle. I don't care that the case isn't over. It was time to come and apologize and start to make things right. During that conversation, we learned that Brianna was interested in coming back here and trying to work out a way to come back and face Nassar along with the other, at that time, 150 survivors. We now know that that is over 250 survivors and growing. Brianna accepted our offer, and on Sunday, 2 days later, on the 21st, contacted me in the morning and said, I'm coming, I'll be there tonight. And we talked about meeting the next day. We met on Monday, the 22nd at noon. The healing continued. We met with her brother Matt, her mom Ellen, Chief and I, and her attorney, Stephen Drew. And I just want to say one thing about Mr. Drew. He's been very cooperative. He's worked with us, and we've developed a relationship with him as well. He's been very fair and compassionate with us, and I appreciate that, Mr. Drew. Following that meeting on noon on the 22nd, we talked about Brianna. She's going to testify and give a victim statement in front of Judge Aquilina the next day. She contacted me on noon on Tuesday and said, I'm going to do it. I was very proud of her. That's not easy to do. Chief and I rushed down to the courthouse. We were there at 1 o'clock. There were 2 seats open next to her family. I can't begin to tell you how difficult the courtroom was. For those of you that weren't there, to see the victims, The survivors, it was something I'll never forget. We listened to Brianna provide her victim statement. Excuse me. I'll never forget the embrace we shared after her testimony, something I'll never forget. And the conversation with her mom right afterwards in the hallway. Meeting Brianna has really touched my life. This sounds kind of strange, but I'm thankful I had that opportunity. Following the courtroom, which was on Tuesday, we contacted the AG's office and said, we want to be able to release the report. We need to. It was time. It was past time. We would not jeopardize the prosecution, but the sentencing was over. On Monday, just 72 hours ago, we were given the ability to release the report. We released it within 48 hours of being told that we were allowed to do so. The reason we're here today on Thursday is because two reasons. It meets Brianna's schedule, and we would not hold this at such a time when any of the survivors were testifying in Judge Cunningham's court. And we understood there was going to be no courtroom involving Nassar today. This is why we're here on Thursday. We know we can be better. We will be better. And we are sorry that we were manipulated and deceived back in 2004. To that end, our focus is on looking forward and getting better. What positive can come out of this? Let's be genuine, authentic, and transparent, and not a cold and stubborn response to the survivors. We've been talking to Brianna over the last few days. Chief and I have been working on some initiatives going back, months back, about what we could do to make this better. Chief's going to talk about those in a minute. But one of the outcomes that I'm just delighted about is Brianna's own idea. Brianna's idea that she wants to come here over the next course of the year and work with our department, work with the officer who took the report in 2004, and develop a community-wide outreach program regarding criminal sexual conduct.